Welcome back to this next episode of Let's Play Mask of the Betrayer. Here we are, back in the woods, running into more trees. And I'm actually just going to gather up these enemies. And to a certain extent, I'm regretting not keeping the dragon slippers I found earlier, because having to constantly recast Foundation of Stone is really annoying. I could also use Storm Avatar, which I bothered to pick up, but the reality is that for what I'm doing with it, the only part of Storm Avatar that's different compared to Foundation of Stone is the immunity to missile attacks. Obviously, I don't care about the bonus melee damage. A lot of the other powers of the spell are just sort of lost on me. So, it's a question of, do I use a level 1 spell or a level 8 spell? I don't have Extend. And if I didn't bother to pick up Extend, and I didn't bother to pick up Persistent, because Persistent requires Extend. But there is one thing I would like to have for the spells that this character can cast, and that is Foundation of Stone, because there's just lots of things that use that. Alright, I'll clean those up later off screen. And there's another big squad of them up here. I'm just gonna kill them off up screen. I actually went around and cleaned up the area a little bit so that I can get rid of some of these just annoying, yeah, these guys again type fights. Because there are a lot of enemies sitting around here. But there's also this dog. What's up with this dog? Let's talk to the dog. And, it doesn't want to talk to us. Maybe we'll find something else later that will make the dog more interesting. It adds a quest, which is... Back here, however, there's also this tree that's down, and apparently we can talk to. And it's named Gnarlthorn. And he mentions that he's got this blight thing, and you can ask him how he got the blight. And apparently he got it from a previous Spirit Eater. And it got better, and then it got worse. And so we can ask about how to remove the blight. And he says, well, you can't, it's cursed. And he says, well, he doubts it. And he says, well, you could try Divine Intervention. He suggests Shantea, who's the goddess of green stuff, basically. And he says you have to brew something up. Acorns, leaves, and pure sacred water. And so he says if you use tainted items instead of the normal items, then it might, attract somebody's attention. Fortunately, he's got leaves. And he's just another corrupted ingredient. We picked up the water earlier at that Gnarlthorn sanctuary that was occupied by frost giants. And he recommends that you go to the Red Tree of Immelvale, where Nadaj said that she had some friends who knew some stuff, so we can take a look. And here are the leaves, and he says, good luck. There are essentially two resolutions to this. You can either petition Shantea, or you can petition Malar. Malar is the god of, lycanthropes. He's an evil nature god, basically. If you see an evil druid, they are unquestionably a Malarite. Well, I don't know, maybe not unquestionably. You could obviously have things like Talos, god of storms. There's this whole, list of things you could be. But he said to the south that there was another piece, but on the way, there's a body here. Let's take a look at it. And we can take a piece of his clothing and see if we can attract the dog with that. There's also a bunch of random stuff here. You need this Ceremonies the Hunt item in order to do the Mail-a-Right version of this. This crossbow is interesting. I wouldn't say it's good. I'm not going to use it. Attack penalty, you can't really, you know, a wizard using it is not going to be very effective, and wizards are the primary crossbows. Most actual, like, ranged specialists those, because they can use rapid shot with it. But it does have unlimited ammo, and it's sort of strange that it has both an attack bonus and an attack penalty, but hey, that's the way it goes. Now that we have this piece from the hunting party, let's see if we can go talk. The dog will talk to us now. Maybe it'll recognize us because it recognizes the piece of clothing. Unlikely, but hey, you know, stranger things have happened. It updated the quest, right? And yeah. Gan mentions that Oku is probably causing some fear. And Oku says, I'm not going to eat the dog, I might eat you though. Alright, well, Oku can talk to it. And more or less with Oku in the party, you can resolve it. And it's unhappy, but you get 1,000 XP for finding out what happened to the hunting party. And apparently they just got eaten by the trees, you know. As opposed to eaten by the trolls, which, you know, I've got experience with now. Gnarlthorn mentioned that to the south there was another corrupted area, and that might be part of our little potion of attracting attention. Here's yet another fell troll. Where is he? He's over that direction. Let's call him up with a little bit of magic. I can't actually see him, he's just sort of off screen. If you hit tab, you can cycle between available targets, and so that's a useful way to hunt, essentially, if you're trying to figure out if they're any enemy. I should have started with vascular. I killed probably 4 or 5 of these guys earlier, so I think this is probably just an outlier. Either that or they keep respawning, which is possible. More essences. I should probably do something with those essences. I might just sell them, frankly. There's a cave here with some enemies in it. You need to go into it if you're going to do the Mail-a version of the potion. I'm not going to. So the cave doesn't... I'm not going to bother with the cave. There are some other guys down here, though, so let's see what they have to say. There's Yurkov, Farala, and there's this guy on the ground, Grigari, who's near death. So, just for, you know, humor value, I'm going to walk up to Grigari. Oh, I can't. And Yurkov says that he's essentially challenging Farala for being a Mail-a-Right. Okay, and the Berserker, Yurkov here is the Berserker, asked for help. And, you know, you get a couple of run strings, good. And Farala attacks us. And there's a couple of summons that come in, but including some Beasts of Malar. Again, if you want to choose the Malar option instead of the Shantea option for resolving the problem of the forest, you need to take a different option in the conversation. Yeah. Well, Well, it was unimpressive. I tried to kill them with my favorite vampiric feast, but no, all of them made themselves. You can see they all have fairly good hit points. So we're just gonna... I don't want to kill this berserker, so I'm sticking to spells that actually don't cause friendly fire. Okay. And you can say his friend is still alive. And Yurkov says more or less, let him die. But you're like, what? Are you crazy? More or less, you know, Yurkov explains that for a Rishemi Berserker, dying in defense of your homeland is the objective, and so if you heal him and save him, you're gonna force him to try and get himself killed again, which, you know, may as well just let him complete his, what he wanted to do. And so we can loot his corpse. I mean, that's the important thing. 748 gold. Great. Well, that explains what happened to some of the Berserkers, at least. At least 2 of them. But that was not where we were going. To the Burning Grove is where we are going.